What is going on, guys? This is Nick from Everything NFL. I'm giving you my top 5 running backs for the 2016 season fantasy football. All right, we're gonna start it off right away with Todd Gurley from the Los Angeles Rams. In 2015 season, he played in 13 games and he started 12 because I think he had an injury before that. 229 rushing yards, 229 rushing attempts, that would be a different story. 1,106 yards, 4.8 average, a long run of 71 yards, and 10 touchdowns. 21 receptions, 188 yards, and 9 yard average, with a long of 31 and 0 receiving touchdowns. 3 fumbles, one of them lost. Just to put it in perspective, real quick. Okay. Adrian Peterson led the league in rushing yards with 1,485 in 2015. I did the math. If Todd Gurley started and played in all 16 games, he would have, at the very minimum, with his numbers, with his projections, 1,361 yards rushing at the very minimum. And that is not even including receptions and receiving yards, okay? And let's see, he had 10 touchdowns in 13 games. You can basically at least throw in another touchdown in there. Okay, this guy would have gone off. And the reason I have a number 1 is they got Jared Goff. They're going to ease him into the system and into the the offense. They're going to throw him in right away. So I don't think he's going to even start until a couple weeks in, at like the very earliest, week 3, in my opinion. So they're gonna have Case Keenum start probably, and they're gonna need, they're gonna have to put up some points. Todd Gurley puts up points. All right, he goes off on everybody. He is gonna be the man, at the very least. All the way through until whenever Jared Goff starts, and even then, they're gonna rely on him because they don't want to, beat down Jared Goff. All right, number 2, we have David Johnson, Arizona Cardinals running back. He only appeared in, I think, like 6 games because he was the 4th string running back going into the season. He had Chris Johnson come in later as a free agent. He had Andre Ellington, so he didn't really get much playing time. But what he had, he made use of. He had 125 rushing attempts for 581 yards, man. 8 touchdowns, 36 receptions off of 57 targets, with 457 receiving yards. On top of the 8 rushing touchdowns, he added 4 receiving touchdowns. And I'm pretty sure he returned another touchdown. I think it was a punt or something like that. And he did lose a fumble. But 581 yards in a couple of games, 6 games, something like that. 6 games, probably more than 6, maybe like 11 games. All right, 581 yards off of 125 carries. You are crazy. You best be starting him. Only reason why I have him number 2 is because still got Carson Palmer, still got Larry Fitzgerald. You still got Malcolm Floyd, John Brown. You still got an offense. But when David Johnson gets the ball, you best believe he's gonna bust out for some yardage. All right, I honestly think that he's going to be at the lowest, a top 5 fantasy player by the end of the season. All right. Number 3, we have AP, Adrian Peterson. 2015, he did lead the league in rushing yards with 1,485 off of 327 attempts with a 4.5 yard average rush and 92.8 yards a game. And a long rush of 80 yards. All right, 11 touchdowns in 16 games, 30 receptions, 222 yards, 49-yard long reception, and 0 receiving touchdowns, unfortunately. But here's the downside with AP: 7 fumbles, but 3 of them lost in 2015. Now, the reason why I have him number 3 and not lower is because this is Adrian Peterson, okay? Everybody knows going into a Minnesota Vikings game that Adrian Peterson is going to be running the ball a majority of the time. And they still can't stop him. They still cannot stop him at all. He pretty much, it seems like he runs for a touchdown every single game. And 92.8 yards a game, just that alone is 9.2 fantasy points in standard leagues. You throw in a touchdown, that's 15 points. That's 15 points a game, pretty much. You're basically locked in 10 points a game, at least. I honestly think 10 points a game, no matter what. All right. Now, number 4. I'm a little hazy on this guy. Don't really know how I really feel about him all the way, but here we go. Number 4, we got Ezekiel Elliott from the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I saw the highlights in college. All right. This boy can run. He can definitely run. I can promise you that. This guy, he can run. All right. But the difference is that he didn't have all that help in college. You come to the Cowboys, you got Tony Romo, you got Jason Witten, Dez Bryant. Like, you got an offense right there too, along with, the Cardinals. You got that offense right there. Dez Bryant and Tony Romo, nobody's gonna stop them on a good day. I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but I can respect that. On a good day, Dez Bryant and Tony Romo, nobody's gonna get in their way. Look at 2014 stats. Check that out. That'll show you just how good they are on a good day. On a good season. Alright, you got Dez to worry about. You got Jason Witten to worry about. Terrence Williams can get it done. That's going to leave huge open lanes for Ezekiel Elliott when they need him. Now, my number 5 running back. This has been my go-to running back for the last 2 years. But this list would look a lot different if injuries didn't play a factor going into the season, suspensions didn't play a factor. But still, at least got to give him this. Number 5, we have Le'Veon Bell from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I know he should be higher. I agree with you. I think he should be higher. But if the 4-game suspension goes through, don't draft him in the first round. Just don't draft him in the first round. Because you're basically only getting, 12 games out of this guy. You're missing a fourth of the season. And I'm sorry to say it, but don't draft him in the first round. If you got the last pick in the first round and you get that first pick in the second round too, you better be getting Le'Veon Bell though, because he's going to be gone after the second round if he's not already taken in the first round. I do not think he should be taken in the first round because of how many games he can potentially miss. But it is what it is. All right, his stats. When this guy's healthy, he is a monster. He is honestly he's the best running back when he's healthy. Look at 2014 stats. 2014 stats. He played in all 16 games. All right. 290. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got suspended actually. Sorry about that. Well, what I'm looking up, we got 290 rushing attempts for 1,361 yards, 4.6 yard average, with an 81-yard long run. 8 touchdowns, all right? But that's not it for the touchdowns, because receptions, we got 83 receptions, 854 yards, man. That's over 2,000 total yards from scrimmage, 10.3 yard average, with a long 48 yards and 3 touchdowns. Guess what? 0 fumbles. 0 fumbles lost. 2015, he did play in 6 games, 0 fumbles lost. All right, 0 fumbles, 0 fumbles lost. When this guy is healthy, he gets it done every single game. I'm telling you, this guy, without a doubt in my mind, is a lock as a #1 running back if he plays. And, you know, if he's healthy, if he's got no suspensions, first overall pick right next to AB. I'm telling you, man, this guy is crazy. All right, well, that is my top 5 list for the running backs heading into the 2015 season. You know, you don't have to take my advice for it, you know, but I have made it to the playoffs 2 out of the 3 years I've been playing.